I welcome to anyone who may be listening, if anyone is listening out there. This is Audio Boy SE, and I am your host, No One. What's Audio Boy SE, if you may ask? Well, it's an audio blog about me discussing certain parts of my life, or certain subject matters that are important to me, and use the internet platform to share it with the world. What's the subject for this week? Since I have multiple subjects, well, we're going to end the whole multi-part series about the anime of my life with me discussing my thoughts and predictions for anime's future. This is going to be a tough one for me. The reason why I decided to do the other audio boys about the anime I grew up with is so I could talk about this episode. That way, the viewers out there can have some sort of context of what I'm talking about and where I'm coming from. This is not going to be an easy episode for me because I have a lot of opinions about the anime and the anime community. I thought long and hard about how to tackle this, and I think I got an idea. So let's start with the actual positives about the anime and the anime community. Anime and manga is a very interesting medium. And because of that interesting medium, it became very unique. The reason why I feel that anime and manga are positive with the youth of today is because it's sort of over the top, over exaggerated, and everything feels big. And I'm not even including the big anime world-destroying super fights. I'm talking about by big is big. There are mangas out there about fishing, about sports, about simple little moments in life, but yet it feels big. Like these are extremely important parts of those lives and how people react or overreact. You could have a sports game or some type of learning curve, or maybe even something as simple as running a candy shop. And it feels big, as if these characters are experiencing everything for the first time. That's one of my reasons why I think a lot of the protagonists in these animes are younger. Because that's how it feels when you're younger. Everything's new and strange and exciting. And I think anime understands that. So the viewers, which are younger now, latch on to that. Anime and manga are technically saying, we understand you. We understand where you're going and where you're coming from. We're going to show you how we understand this. Now, I do know there are other shows in other genres that have the same feeling, but most of the time I feel they talk down to you. Anime and manga don't, in a way. Now, another strength I noticed that anime and manga have is that talking in a sense of over-explaining is one of the few mediums that I have seen that use exposition interestingly. The only reason why I know anything about American football, boxing, and some cooking tricks is because of these shows. I know they're not 100% accurate, but they explain enough of the fundamentals that the average viewer can get it. And because of the struggles that the characters have to go through, it shows the drama and the reason why any of this stuff matters. The fan base gets it. Speaking of fan bases, that is another strength. The fan base is growing, and more content creators are part of that fan base. When certain content creators or performers can put scenes of Akira into their rap videos like Kanye West, or even them talking about how they enjoy hentai in an open public place, or even having Robin Williams having Easter eggs of Evangelion right there in movies like 1 Hour Photo, or even more, having people like Tobey Maguire have the rights to Robotech and try their hardest to have Robotech in the mainstream, or even more, have people like Keanu Reeves just dying and trying to be Spike Spiegel. This is a good thing. It is a horrible thing to say anime needs to be exclusive and not in the mainstream. It needs to lock away and only people of a certain group subset should enjoy it. No. I say no. It being brought out and the content creators and the artists themselves are bringing it out is a beautiful thing. The fan base, no matter how many people make fun of it, its inclusivity is why it survives. You going to a con and have people socialize with each other and talk to each other and have these cosplays, and you see, oh, there's legitimacy in it because the very creators themselves are the things that you like, and it's seeping into a little bits of the Western culture. We wouldn't get films like The Matrix without that. And like I said before, people make fun of the anime otaku being little closeted trolls locked in a room. That's just the minority and not the majority. Most anime fans out there are very welcoming and they form lifelong friendships because of it. And it's interesting that we live in the world that you can talk Pokemon to a 30-year-old and 12-year-old at the same time, and things are slowly moving forward. And it's nice that a parent can talk to their child about the same things that they enjoy and not have this whole alienation thing. I come from the alienation. I can never talk about anything I enjoy with my mother or my father or most of my uncles or any other relatives because they don't want to understand. That's dying away. And soon it's going to become more of the mainstream, and we needed to be a part of that mainstream. This way you can get more access to the medium that doesn't talk down to you. And this is a very beautiful thing because now we can go to the library and talk about it. With my main job, it's very strange that the people I take home, a lot are drunks, we can talk about, oh, what'd you think about certain aspects of this show? And we don't bat a weird eye with each other. Things are changing and it's beautiful. However, for the medium to go to the next level and to improve, the fan base has to change. Even though the fan base is growing, it is still considered a niche market, and the fan base needs to bring even more people in, because even though the fan base is growing, there's still a stagnation in the creations themselves. And the reason for this is because the average anime viewer is not in tune with what the medium can be. The reason why we're not getting more unique shows is because of the fan base. Anime is very expensive to make, and sadly, it is a business, and they need to make money back to keep making the stuff that they want. So they have to do a lot of really bad shows, and the fan base eats it up with no understanding of what the medium can truly become. And this is the reason why we get a lot of fan service. Now, fan service in itself is not a bad thing, but like someone I listened to before said, it needs to be the spice, the thing that adds flavor to it. It can't be the meat. But the problem is, if people want fan service, then the anime's gotta make it. So we have to stop asking for it. And when I mean fan service, I don't mean just boobs, butts, and now crotches. I'm also talking about one of the major problems I feel is wish fulfillment. Let's use an example so you guys can understand. I used to live with a family, and one of the family members' kids, let's call him Adam. he is a huge fan of certain animes. But the animes that I see that he likes are ones of a certain kind of, well, wish fulfillment. He's a huge fan of Kabanari of the Iron Fortress. I know a lot of people enjoyed that anime, but I'm sorry. It's just a really diet sad version of Attack on Titan. Which also makes me sad because are people enjoying Attack on Titan because of the struggle of the characters and the allegories for a certain type of war stories? Or is it because they enjoying the blood, guts, and death, they themselves feel like they can survive in that world because of all the lovely zombie video games out there make them feel that they can? I really hate zombie stories now because they lost track of the elements that made them work in the first place. Back to Adam. He's also a huge fan of One Piece, No Game No Life, Sword Art Online, and other types of animes that have very boring Gary Stu protagonists. But it doesn't matter of the Gary Stu protagonist because that's not what they're trying to sell. They're trying to sell enough of the world and the aspects of that world and the wish fulfillment from that world that they want to be in that world, not realizing that the world itself is a trap. Then people like Adam will not want to watch anything else but wish fulfillment. Anime shouldn't be that. I'm not saying that not to have it at all or just to do away with it. No. Sometimes we do need a little junk food once in a while, but it can't be the main course every day. I consider media like food. It needs to be a little bit challenging. It needs to be a little bit diverse. If you eat junk food every day, you get fat and lazy. Media is the same way. If you eat junk food every day and can only watch popcorn anime all the time because it feeds you that need of feeling like an awesome person, you yourself are going to be lazy and you're only going to want fan service. No. You can't have it that way because it's killing the very medium you love. Like I said, I try to show Adam other shows which have a little bit more meat to it, but he'll reject it. Now you can say, yes, Adam is younger and Adam has younger tastes. But remember, when I was younger, I had more diverse tastes. And I grew up. What my worry is, because Adam is at a young age, it's more important to show him now. Because when he gets older, well, what is he going to watch? Junk food. And he's going to think it's the greatest thing of all. And it's not just him, it's a lot of the younger members. Like I said, one of anime's strengths is that it does feel big because you are experiencing everything for the first time. So are these characters. But instead of going, we understand each other, it's, oh, you're awesome. Here's how awesome you are. You could hack a super magical, powerful system that can save AI, but not the logout feature. And there's no background or hints of it. It just comes out of nowhere. If you know what I'm talking about. Sorry. Back to the point. The food analogy. Let's use it again. When people are younger, what do? We try to give them healthy food. Media is the same way. Now, we do need junk food in our lives, but only once in a while as a treat, not the whole course every day. And because he's younger, he's going to raise his kids when he gets older. And it's going to become this cycle. And that's when I feel the medium is poor. Not because of the inclusivity, it's because of the exclusivity. You have to make what the fans want to keep it going. And the fans themselves are eating junk and not learning about the medium, which gets me to the other problem that I have with the fan base. I went to an anime con a couple of weeks ago, and it used to be a very good con. Yeah, it was still a good year because I talked to the G-Gun guy and other creators, so it was wonderful. But the panels themselves are becoming junk food. I don't know what it's called, but what people like and is very popular is these panels of these cosplayers pretending to be someone like Black Butler, and the fans themselves can just ask really dumb questions. While next door, they're talking about the origins of anime or certain parts of the culture that can improve and maybe the economics of anime. No. The one I will go to have maybe 10 people at most, while the one next door with Black Butler has the whole room packed, and they're loud. Well, guess what? You know what's going to happen? We're going to get more of that and more of that because these are very small cons with very small limited amount of panels, and they're going to get the ones that bring the most people in because people don't want to learn about the medium. I like this character because he's cool and not realizing why he's cool or why it works or doesn't work. Before, and this is why I want to talk about it, it was 50-50. You had variety. You had the panels, because again, you do need junk food of those, or why your anime sucks, or these joke panels. That was, again, needed. But for people like me, I could get certain introspective ideas about certain parts I never thought of before. An example would be I went to a yaoi panel because I know very little about yaoi, and she talked about the history and the struggles and what is yaoi. Not the porn, but just stories about two male characters that are in love. I became enlightened and now know a little bit more about the subject. A funny joke about that panel, it was a full panel when it came in, and the presenter said, this isn't a panel about which yaoi is the best or there's any pornographic images. Everyone left but 10 people and went to the fan service panel. They missed out. It shouldn't be that way. We need to go to panels and learn about certain subject matters that may be uncomfortable. We may need more uncomfortable anime out there. And the reason why we're not getting it and the medium's not moving forward in that aspect is because everything is essentially a popcorn anime. Every anime has to be a popcorn anime. And that's sad. One of anime's strengths is it doesn't talk down to you. Well, it shouldn't talk down to you. If it starts doing that, then all of it's out the window. Panels like this, or fans that only just want to cosplay because it's cool and not realizing what are their embodiments of that cosplay, is hurting the medium. Speaking about cosplay. No, cosplay itself is a very wonderful thing. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about, from what I noticed, most cosplayers want to be voice actors and actresses. That is also not a problem per se, because it's nice that we're getting people interested in the medium. But what we need is more content creators. We need more people trying to make anime and manga. And maybe this is where I'm coming from because of this. I worry that I make very different kind of tales, not seen in an average anime. People are not going to embrace it. Again, if they were to talk about, oh, no one, your stories have a little flaw here and there. Maybe if you fix it this way, it could make your message more important. No, that I embrace. I'm talking about it's not Ichigo, or it's not Naruto, or it's not Goku or Vegeta. Sorry, Vegeta is now the popular one. It's not that. It's not what we want. And you could talk about the whole Evangelion of Ekiano and Shinji and how people hated Shinji growing as a person. That's how I feel. That worries me because I want to be a creator. I am trying to create manga out there and I'm trying to create anime out there. My goal is to be the father of the Western anime. Very hard dream, which I may never complete. Back to the point. It bothers me that I'm trying to create all this content and no one else is trying. From what I see, I could be completely wrong because all these panels that I see and all these fans I see maybe just from my neck of the woods, and maybe it might be different in the neck of the woods. Mention in the comments below if I'm wrong. I am welcome to that. It's just, I feel these stories are important. It should be more about a journey of becoming a better or even maybe worse human being and show it to the world. Not saying that everyone wants to be a voice actor. There are other people that do want to be content creators. Only very few of them that I see have promise, meaning of an actual tale of growing or satire or making maybe an interesting commentary on culture itself. No, usually the ones that I see are, well, the fan service ones. It sickens me. I would make recommendations and say maybe you can use certain aspects of your life or certain aspects outside of anime or even certain tropes that other anime have done that succeeded. And they will look at me and go, what? It's not Naruto or One Piece, so I don't care? It's okay to like what you like. It's perfectly fine. But to move the medium forward, you're going to have to watch things that you don't like or that makes you feel uncomfortable or that gets under your skin because it's challenging you or even challenging what makes you you. We need more shows and manga like that because when people only want fan service and when people only want to be a voice actor, slowly the thing that we enjoy rots away. And the thing that I grew up loving in that aspect is dying. Anime is a business. It needs to make enough money, not because, oh, we have to make a huge amount of profit. No, it needs to make money. So that's what they can do. And it sucks that they are in essentially slave labor, working back and forth, making Boobs the anime or Gary Stew the anime. And when you try to converse with other people and they look at you like, what the hell? It worries me. Because like I said, certain aspects are wonderful. And it is wonderful that we're growing. Sadly, the things that make us small is preventing us from growing properly. So we're going to get nothing but popcorn blockbusters. Because no one's going to watch a series about maybe, for example, how maybe the ideologies of the hero conflict with his best friend and they fight each other because of those ideologies and not stay friends. That maybe it consumes the friendship and destroys each other. Or maybe something about how lost and scared someone can be in the world trying to destroy him. And it's a reflection on his fears and paranoia and maybe even a little bit insecurities. And it eats him up inside. Because maybe he himself might be one of those monsters. Nope, we're not going to get any of those anytime soon. Because you know what we get sometimes? Just another Gary Stew being awesome and doing awesome things because he's awesome. Or because certain ways that the story is going which will never be explored upon because it makes the viewer uncomfortable. I'm not just asking for torture porn, or I'm not asking for anything just, oh, poor little me. I'm just asking for tales that reflect different type of people and different type of ailments or different type of problems and how they overcame or maybe not even overcome. We need to be challenged. And I feel that even with all the good stuff that's happening in the community, we're not being challenged. And for a person that wants to create challenging media and doing everything to create challenging media, it saddens that we're not getting that. I think I talked a little bit too much about this and now I'm starting to ramble. So I think I'm going to end it here. And please, with this one, put some comments below. Let's create a discussion. Maybe I'm seeing things wrong. Please, prove me wrong. This is No One, signing out.